Mr. Omoyele Shore, giving us a breakdown of what the true intention of the hashtag Free Inland Kano protest is all about. And afterwards, we're able to look at other, let's say, permanent issues, not necessarily outside the hashtag Free Inland Kano. But then the important thing is the kind of awareness that the whole situation is garnering. Unfortunately, though, while we are looking into that, insecurity has actually gotten on the rise. So there's also another group. They call themselves Wulo Wulo. They are linked to Boko Haram. They now operate in north central Nigeria. And it was Governor Sule, who currently revealed that. And I remember 2 or 3 days ago when we were having a conversation here about insecurity, where I think it was Barrister Darlington or Mr. Lawal Ekunda who said that any time the government of the day decides to pet these individuals, you're creating an avenue for more of these individuals to set up another arm of that insecurity, because right now you call them, you pet them, you create accommodation for them, you give them an enabling environment, you give them money to placate them. So when there is no repercussion, there seems to be some kind of protection or immunity towards them, you will still have more of these groups come up. So how many of those groups will be compensated, and how long will this continue? I recall about 10 years ago when this entire situation occurred with late Muhammadu Buhari, there were talks about this uprising. I remember this is one of the reasons why late Muhammadu Buhari did not like Nnamdi Kanu. He really gave a comprehensive breakdown of how these individuals will saturate the country, and it felt like there was a deliberate plan by some certain caucus or individuals to let this pervade the entire nation. Also, you recall that very recently the international community, through the Senate in the United States of America, who were talking about the spate of insecurity targeting a particular religious group. Well, you do know that the adequate attention of the Senate went into this. They've set up a committee. They'll be going to the US to clarify that. They're going to clarify it, but they're not addressing why this recurrent insecurity and their groups and arms and ammunition are consistent. Up to now, you want to tell me that our security agencies do not know the sources of all this? Do you see the number of these individuals in their bikes? Did you see them in their bikes? There were so many. The residents were just looking. They were like spectators. They were onlookers. And my question is, if you could quickly give a rebuttal, all right, that what you're hearing in at the National Assembly or at the Senate or at the Parliament in the US is not what it is. Why can't you do a quick, decisive action in tackling these individuals? I really cannot understand. Now, because of they have seen how the government is placating those other groups, another group has stemmed out from the existing group. So now, how many of those groups will the government of the day compensate? I need to understand what we are doing here. It's a personal situation. When you have insecurity in a country, the economy cannot thrive. If it is a business of the day, it's so glaring, it's so obvious. And I don't know why our elites think that they are immune. They are immune to the onslaught of these individuals. No, they're not immune. If they think they are immune, they are not immune. You're negotiating with terrorists, and you don't think that other groups will stem out of them? Which one is Wulolo? So there's Mamuda, there's Lakuwawa, there's ISWAP, there's Boko Haram, now there's Wulolo. Okay. Interesting, right? We're going to see how we deal with this. Meanwhile, I'm going to play you guys an audio of the sister-in-law to the Senate president. Now, it's quite a lot that she divulged, but let's listen to her. She said that the Senate president, I don't know, she said this time is her turn, that by 2027 she will come to the Senate. She said the Senate president, they sell seats for elections, they sell elections. And she also alleged that they've done a couple of murdering activities. She also alleged that it was Senator Natasha's husband that made sure that the Senate president had that seat, that he's worse than the president. So let's listen to her.
We got one life to live. And I have a message for all the irats that are really making things worse for your Senate president. He needs to call his puppies and put them in the house, on the ditch. Because he keeps pushing it. It's a whole lot from where that is coming from. You know, I've kind of like, I've been very nice. Been very, very nice, you know. Senior Prefect, put your puppies in the house, because if your puppies don't get inside the house, I'm here. We're gonna keep licking your shit. We're going to keep licking your shit, and we're going to tell the world a whole lot about you. I mean, even things that woman you're married to does not know that you are doing. Y'all don't know. Y'all don't know because... All right. That's what I'm going to tell you. Let's make it happen. I mean, that your man has done a lot of people wrong. Let him go and apologize. All right? Let him go and apologize. Let him make restitution and atonement for people. Let him come out of his high horse. Because if not, they will bring him out of his high horse very soon. Don't say I didn't tell you people because I just did it. Alright? But anyhow, idiot's name. You have the audacity to show up. You have the audacity to show up at my clan head council, his palace. You went and stood there and you lied. And you could not tell him what you've done against me, the things you've said about me, the lies you've told about me, the smearing you've tried to smear me with. Whoever sent you the voice notes from my mother, I'm coming for you. I go find you, no worry. We need to make noise. We need to follow things gradually. We are following things gradually. We will get to it. We'll get into it. You're going to find out what's up very soon. You think that you blackmail people and smear people, and when people are telling the truth, you call it blackmail. I don't blackmail people. My father know they blackmail person. You know they're my blood. If you know they're our blood, we know they blackmail people. We know they buy people's destiny. So when you're representing people, represent people. Represent people well. Are you hearing me? You're talking nonsense. You know, do you know me? You know my pedigree. You know where I'm from. I'm with the full. I'm Hail Mary. Now their job is that they can disrespect people, turn around to be the victim. That's narcissistic. Now they're narcissistic people. Sadists, that's who they are. I'm not like that. So they can fund you people and tell people to talk nonsense about people. Minus part. I'm married to a king. You don't understand? Ikuriku, the one that holds the Ikuriku in the Akpabio family. So I cannot disrespect royalty because I married the crown prince. So I have respect, okay? But I'm saying this to that Irat. Now you go make that man shit leak more than it don't leak. Because he's a use and dump. He likes to use people and dump people. But unfortunately, he cannot do it to Ibang and I. You know, when you see true blue blood, you know it. Contrary to what you will say, oh, if not Akpabio, you cannot survive, you cannot do this, cannot do that. Without Akpabio, without Ibang Akpabio, will he be where he's at? We cannot hammer that enough. Without Chief Udwagan, this election when they sit down, so without Chief Udwagan, if for sit down, without Senator Natasha husband, or God for sit down. Now they won't make we talk. You won't make we bring out it. Tell us a bullets day and all now go collect her. Without Chief Udwagan, Natasha's husband, Senator Natasha's husband, he make mathematical for rich deal. Now they can't talk nonsense. But anyway, I'm not a pastor. I've never been a pastor on the freak. I never will be a pastor.
All right. So she made quite a lot of allegations in some of the statements that she made, and she was very angry.
You know, talking to me, I'm the shit. I got the shit. I'm full of it. You know what I mean? So when you're talking to me, you gotta be careful what you say to me. I'm not your regular senator. You're talking to Senator Pat Akpabio. Believe in 2027, I will be walking into that Senate chambers, whether they like it or not, whether they like it or yes. It is my turn. Emilokong, me. I didn't my orini. Nonsense and like bajantis. Whoa, now they mad. I mean, they crazy. When they worry you now, after the principal don't blackmail everybody finish. Or God, they sell election. Your senior prefect for Senate, they sell election. Now he sell election past everybody within Nigeria. Nobody does sell election. We're saying I'm election. All Akpabio people now believe lies. We can move for you. Believe these lies. You need to stop believing these lies. Udoidega has never sold any election. Your senior prefect in the Senate is the one that sells election. There's nobody that sells election than that motherfucker, man. He sells his election. He sold his own election. Sold everything. They now have the nerve to come and say that it was Ibang Akpabio that sold his election. That's not prefect Senate Akpabio. Listen, you are the one that sells election. Last time I remember, 2019, Ibang Akpabio did everything to make sure you return as a second-time senator. Do you know if you get you pay a back $5 because of the sitting governor as of that time? Senior prefect for this song is okay, me Ibang Akpabio. And you can everything to make sure that you go to that Senate. It's okay, but should we talk about the numbers? How the numbers was done just to make sure that K4 may win? Election as a senator, how much did you go and collect in 2019? You sell election, you go kneel down, bow and give the late President Buhari. You collect ministerial appointment. All the people where you carry conservative and go on election, you don't mess them up. Umana, now you mess Umana up. Basi Albert, now you mess them up. Akanudofia, now you mess them up. Akanokon, on the review of the Supreme Court case, now you mess that man up again. You can't go presidency where you know so you no go win against President Tinubu. You go sell the election. So now you sell election pass. No they call it, no they call the name. Sir, people know sabi who you be. When Nigeria can't know who you be, they know so you be a very wicked man. President Tinubu, in the answer they tell you, your senior prefect for Senate Akpabio no be amu. And they talk about I don't know what they talk. I know what they talk. Time never reach. All that your lies. My next broadcast I want to address you. Whoosh, whoosh.
All right. Her name is Princess Pat Akpabio, and lately she's been spiraling. So she revealed quite a lot. I had to cut off some of the things she said because some of the words she used were NTBB, and which sparks the conversation about Senator Natasha Akpoti-Uduaghan and most of the allegations she has made. A couple of political analysts feel that this administration's Senate has ridiculed the sanctity of the National Assembly with a brazen attitude and what you would call some immoral disposition when it comes to activities within the Senate, how they have handled things that you would consider to be quite embarrassing. So the big question is, if the president, is he aware? Is he not aware? How does it go? Or could this be that some certain persons want Senator Akpabio to settle them because he said it is his enemies that are after him? But funny enough, though, after Princess Pat Akpabio reeled out all that she reeled out, another person that was very close to the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio, also did a live. He has not been on a live for a very long time. His name is Zion Umo. He was according to him, he describes himself as Akwa Ibom slave master Godswill Akpabio and crude capitalist Unoma Akpabio. And he said he was once a director of special duties for Senator Godswill Obot Akpabio 2023 campaign. He reiterated some of the things that Princess Pat Akpabio said. In fact, on that live, she was also commenting and acquiescing with some of the conversations and allegations that he was reeling out. We are yet to hear what Senate President's team has to say about it. Meanwhile, the hashtag Nnamdi Kanu Free Nnamdi Kanu, an opposition group, has come up. They're saying that they're all about the renewed hope agenda. They're all for national cohesion. There will be no breakdown of law and order. So they are calling on all the man o' war boys, the Boy Scouts, all of them are going to come out on that day. It's going to be a counter protest to the Free Nnamdi Kanu protest, which was initiated by Omoyele Sowore. We really don't know how that is going to turn out. But in reaction to all of this, the legal counsel to Nnamdi Kanu has actually come out to make a disclosure. For him, he said that when it comes to people of the Southeast, there is selective justice for them. And that is why it is imperative for everyone to supposedly support what this protest is all about. Igbos are victims of selective justice in Nigeria. And he says that while Nnamdi Kanu has been in custody despite multiple court rulings ordering his release, including a 2022 Court of Appeal decision, the federal government has continued to hold him. And I'm sure you followed through with the conversation we had with Omoyele Sowore yesterday, telling us that the plan of the system is to ensure that he's first of all convicted, then it is after the conviction that they will now talk about presidential pardon or clemency, and that it is in solidarity or in agreement with even the Southeast governors that they're aware of it. Governor Peter Amba came out to reiterate that it is going to be a political resolution to be looked into. Or Jules Okalo said, let due diligence in the courtroom take its course. And so, it actually reiterates the talk about some certain political leaders in the Southeast being the ones impeding the release of Nnamdi Kanu. How true that is also what we're going to be looking into this evening I also have somebody who is here to give us a broad detail of what transpired, all right, at Festac. She actually has a hands-on assessment. She went to visit the sites, and we're going to hear from her what the real situation on ground is. We've heard different conversations that some of them did not set up their structures properly. Some of them did not regularize their documents. Some of them erected structures in places that are illegal. We want to hear from her this evening. She's going to be giving us details. Her name is Lolo Neka Chimezie. She's the National President, Igbo Women Assembly. Good evening to you, ma. Thank you for joining us.
Good evening, Esther.
How are you?
I'm good.
Welcome. It's been quite a while.
Thank you very much. Of course, I've been running up and down, trying to do one or two things.
And I also have Mr. Lawal Ekundayo here. He'll also be giving us an on-the-ground assessment of the situation on ground and the conversation that we're going to be having. Welcome, sir.
Thank you. Good evening,
yes,
everyone.
Lolo, did you join us yesterday? Did you listen to the conversation I had with Showore yesterday?
Yes, I think I listened to a little bit of it.
Okay.
Yes, I listened to a little bit of it.
All right.
Now, talking about the protest, if you want, is a welcome development.
You think so?
Yes, but I don't want us to make it an Igbo thing. It shouldn't be an Igbo thing, because the person holding Nnamdi Kanu is the federal government and the judiciary. These are the people holding Nnamdi Kanu, and because of the abuse of court processes, the abuse of the judicial system, it is very important that Nigerians unite in this very time, because you never can tell when it will be your time, to fight against this abuse of judiciary, So I think it's a welcome development, but I found out we making it an Igbo thing. It shouldn't be an Igbo thing. I made a post to that effect when Showore was calling out the Igbo leaders, and I said he's strong because the Igbo leaders, some of them has been at the forefront of, the release of Nnamdi Kanu. Many did not know that Iwanyan actually died because of that. Because Iwanyan visited Nnamdi Kanu, he has an engine, a machine in his chest, and then an iron. He sustained injury during the war and has an iron, so he doesn't trek a long distance. So when he went to visit Nnamdi Kanu, he requested for a wheelchair. They refused to give him. They tried to frustrate him. He trekked 1 kilometer. So after seeing Nnamdi Kanu, he couldn't be able to come out again. They now brought out wheelchair from nowhere, and they practically wheeled half dead man into his car, and Iwanyan never survived it. That was how Iwanyan died, and the press suppressed it. Nobody reported it the way it happened. Chukwuemeka Ezife too cried, was in Nassau Rock almost every day pleading. Mbazulike Amechi also, virtually most of the Igbo leaders. Now, listen, we shouldn't be doing everything about Southeast. They have a way of trying to blame us. They have a right. So they don't have a right to say, I don't want him to release. Showore is a Yoruba man, and he's fighting against a fellow Yoruba man who is the president. Nobody comes out to say, hey, Yorubas don't like themselves, they hate themselves. So when Showore now tried to call out, I said no. Now, the Igbo leaders have been doing. So what you need to do is to encourage them for the ones that are doing, and now encourage them to come out. But call out some of leaders from other parts of the country, like Yoruba senators. I've not seen any of them that has reason to say something about. In fact, when some of our senators were presenting about Nnamdi Kanu, they will rise and shut them down. So I think those ones that are not doing anything are the ones you should be calling. In fact, Peter has been in forefront trying to make case for IPOP, and now they will
for IPOP.
Yes, Peter have defended IPOP. Reverend Amoki will always tell you that Peter is the leader of IPOP. They will always accuse Peter of supporting IPOP. I've seen him engage in.
But the federal government says IPOP, they don't see IPOP in good light. Is it IPOP or Nnamdi Kanu you're referring to?
No, Nnamdi Kanu is the leader of IPOP. IPOP bettered Nnamdi Kanu bettered IPOP. So you can't talk about Nnamdi Kanu without IPOP. Now, Peter Obi has said time without number. Prescribing them is wrong, and holding that guy against court orders is also wrong. Enya Baribe has also risen. So now trying to say, and again, it's funny when people now say Southeast governors and businessmen are the ones holding Nnamdi Kanu. It's funny. How?
Showore reiterated that.
He should withdraw that statement, because
he should.
Yes. Number one, we hold. I don't know when the Southeast governors became the president's advisors. There has been things that Southeast governors have they've made to the president that he has not done. Now, very soon they will say the destruction of trade fair shops are also caused by some Igbo traders. I mean, these allegations that once something happens, they will hold us responsible. That now federal government is holding Nnamdi Kanu. Federal government abducted Nnamdi Kanu from Kenya, put him in jail. You know, all the judge is a Yoruba man. All the councillors of the federal government are Yoruba people.
No, Lola, I don't want us to look. I don't want us to look into it from that lens.
Okay.
Yes, if the federal government actually has expertise, maybe they felt the previous lawyers that were in charge of the case were not doing. Remember that Nnamdi Kanu complained about Justice Binta Nyako and the team at the time that was handling the case. So, if he had complained on several occasions that they were bringing in persons who do not understand what they were doing, I don't think it's wrong if the government decides to reorganize.
My argument is when they had this bar association summit in Enugu, P2B said that it is wrong to keep it is right to release Nnamdi Kanu.
Okay.
So what else will he do? When they hosted our president in Imo State, Ohaneze came out to make a bold plea to release Nnamdi Kanu. Why don't they see these things? Now the fact that someone like Joe Igbokwe does not, agree.
He's the one. He actually berated Atiku.
Yes, you should not generalize it. I have been in forefront. So many people have died. Saying for this. So what Sowore should do is to, stand on the. In fact, he is standing on what they have built.
Sowore actually called on other Nigerians to be part of it, but he said those whose voice have not been very vocal in regard to this, especially from the south, they should try to be vocal.
I disagree with him. We have been very, very vocal. In fact, those that have kept freeing Nnamdi Kanu alive are from the southeast. Now, my argument is that the fact that some people from the southeast, just like you have it in the southwest, he's a Yoruba man. He doesn't agree with the policies of Tinubu. So also some other Yoruba people. It's wrong for somebody to now come and say Yorubas are fighting Tinubu. It is their right. This is Nigeria. Now, the more you make this statement, the more you divide Nigeria. Now, you have come out as a Yoruba man to call for this protest. You don't make it an Igbo thing. You make it a national thing. You call out the north and the
I think yesterday he actually said it that it's not an Igbo. In fact, he was quite angry here and agitated when I posed the question, because I said, you wanted Peter Obi to be part of this, and a couple of people think it's quite risky. Anything could happen,
It's not risky.
Hold on, I'm coming. And then immediately he was angry. I said, why? Why do we keep protecting him? He is not a child. If you keep claiming that you've been vocalizing for this man to be released, why don't you join, the protest? So you believe that he should come out too?
That's the point.
Okay.
When Peter Obi went to grant his own interview, he did not call Sowore. He did not call anybody. Sowore took it upon himself to galvanize Nigerians to protest. Why calling out people? Now, this is an opponent. P2B is also a presidential aspirant. You are. Now, I believe that you trying to cast that stone on Peter to make him lose face within his people. It will be like, P2B did not do this. Sowore did this. No, I think that is wrong. What Sowore is doing is wonderful, and we are galvanizing our people. And when I want to use the opportunity to tell Igbos, please, let's not make it an Igbo thing.
Okay.
Do you know why? Nigerians has a way of, when something happens, after all, they will put it on Igbos. For instance, they are calling for them to close the market. I don't agree with them. What I would suggest is, Alaba International, it will be more profitable to this protest if they will send like 200 delegates from Alaba to represent. From Aspanda, they also raised 200 delegates. If they can raise close to up to 1,000 delegates from Lagos to go and represent and provide the needed crowd and open their markets and go about their business. So in this way, they won't tie it on Igbos. All right. So also those in Onitsha and all over the place, I believe that Igbos should come out in mass to support this protest, but shouldn't give it an Igbo face. They shouldn't make it an Igbo thing. Now, after the protest, if they close market, the governors can come back to start alleging one thing or the other. They can say they are the ones that maybe if something happens, they will put it on Igbos. They have a way of blaming us. So I think that we should all come out in mass. They should organize themselves and make sure they provide the needed crowd, but they shouldn't make it an Igbo thing.
Finally on this, because I don't want us to overflog this. We've been discussing this for the past couple of days, and there are other national issues that I want us to discuss. he said something. He said that they had planned to convict him. So the question is, if the plan is to convict him before any form of presidential pardon will be sought or clemency, he said it's a done deal, that they're pressuring Justice James Omotosho to actually give that judgment. So if that is the case, a couple of Nigerians are asking, then what exactly is the necessity of that protest? Because the government will not listen to you. And what if the whole thing turns awry? Because this administration does not want dissent or any form of criticism.
It is good we have that protest and have it on record.
Okay.
And showcase the kind of people that are leading us. Now, you can see that the way they behave, their abuses have caught the attention of the international community.
Yeah.
So with this, and that is why we need to supply the needed crowd. I mean, by the time, and they should also bring international media to cover it. It is very important. Okay. Why did we hear about Palestine and Israeli war? Is through Al Jazeera and CNN. So for this kind of protest, it shouldn't be a waste. Okay. We should try and invite some medias like CNN, medias like Al Jazeera, and let the whole world see the crowd and the yearning of Nigerians, and then see the kind of president we have. Now, coming to them,
the kind of president we have.
Of course, the kind
of president you want them to see or to listen to the plea of the court.
Exactly. See the kind of a president that does not listen to the plea of his people.
You
now
can't say the president doesn't listen, Madam Pinto. For the president, he wants due diligence to be followed. What if he feels the case is in court, and being a Democrat, that's what he wants?
Exactly. Now, what due diligence that a court of competent jurisdiction has freed this guy uncountable times? Number one. Number two, the way and manner this guy was kidnapped. They actually kidnapped him from Kenya. Everything about Nnamdi Kanu trial is wrong. Okay. So and now, when they said they want to convict him, I think I agree with you, because what is the essence of retrying him? They have tried him uncountable times and free him. This time that they are, the Nnamdi Kanu's councils have applied severally for them to see reasons to drop this case. They refuse, and they are going ahead, to continue to try him. So what they want to convict him. Look. In Imo State, number 4 came to number. So many court abuses. So this one won't be different. Okay. But whichever way they want to do it, I think if we protest and they refuse to listen to us, we should have a much bigger protest. We shouldn't give up. Now, if Sowore is ready to do this, he should know that we have a long way to go. When we protest and they don't listen, we keep pushing and putting pressure.
So I would need you to give us, you visited some of the residences and shops that were demolished at Festac. Now, the Lagos State government is saying they're not targeting any particular ethnic group. They're looking at structures that have not regularized their documents. Some of them, possibly they've been warned not to build their structures there and they went ahead. Some of them are blocking drainages and canals. They're also talking about reorganizing the states. They want to give it a certain aesthetic of organization, not having shops and houses just anywhere, against the planning, the blueprint plan of Lagos State. And everyone said constitutionally, the state government has a right to pull down buildings that does not give the state any form of aesthetic. And that is not just, Festac or trade fair as Panda. They also did at Oworonshoki. I think there's also another market called Ifa Market or so. Most of the shops were demolished, and they are predominantly Yorubas who actually, use that market. So that nobody should target or give it any form of ethnic coloration. The state government is doing their job. What was the on-the-ground assessment when you visited Festac?
Now, for the Festac, it's not Lagos State government that demolished Festac. It's federal government that demolished Festac. Now, the thing is that about 3 years ago, they moved in there about 3 years ago. Okay. When these people came 3 years ago, and they were challenged by the landowners, the Omoniles. Okay. Now, when they came with their machines, and the Omoniles confronted them. Okay. These people actually moved their way. Then they've not bought. The Omoniles confronted the federal government and said they have a court judgment against the federal government on that land. So they went into meeting, probably showed them all the documents, and they left. Since then, they left. Only for them to come back and start demolition. No notice, with their goods inside. Who does that? With people's waste, no notice. Now, they said even if they were still in court, I'm not sure they've vacated the court. Why demolishing people's properties with properties, goods inside?
So they were mostly shops.
They were mostly shops.
So are you saying there's a deliberate economic sabotage of certain persons?
What else can you call it? Even if it is blocking whatever, you tell people to move their wares. They are losing their building. They are losing their in this time, in this hardship. Now, what government does that to his citizens, you should provide for. Igbos are the highest employer of labor. They employ themselves. They don't employ them in Nigeria. They hardly employ them. Now, these people employ themselves, helping you with employment.
You said and now you went them.
Well, Esther, if you are in this Nigeria, my son finished from Covenant University. We live in Wagada, of course, you know where we live. All the young men, Yorubas that went to school with him, got a job. I had to employ my son. And one day I sat down to calculate all Igbo young men within that hour that graduated. In fact, it's like the Yorubas, before they come out of school, there's a job waiting for them. But this is the one I calculated. All right.
I wouldn't say I've been a victim of that, because all the places I've worked are owned by Yoruba owners, and they looked at my prerequisite and competence. I'm
looking at this is private organizations.
Okay, private organizations.
Yes, this is
private organizations.
That's what I'm saying. They're private, but when it comes to government establishments, we are not so lucky. Now, what I'm trying to the narration I'm trying to build is this is a tribe that helps in employment.
Okay.
If you go to Computer Village, 80% of the secretaries and all that were Yorubas, and these guys employed them. They help in employment. Now, why destroying the goods? My annoyance is not the property they destroy. Why don't you give them notice? Move your things. Take 1 week and move your things. Why demolish? That's number one. Number two, there's a court judgment. Why haven't the federal government come out to refute all this? It's not Lagos state government. But for the expander, I also wonder. This thing, when they were giving this privatization, that was how they got it. Have they demolished 1004?
Hold on, ma. Before we go to Aspanda, in the case of Festac, their case is still in court.
Yes, from what I had interviews with those people, from what they said this have won the federal government, and the federal government now challenge them in court. The case has not been vacated; it's still ongoing in court.
Okay, while the case is still ongoing, are those properties established in illegal landmarks?
No. The gutter, it's not illegal. I mean, there is a road, there is a gutter. So these properties were built after the gutter. In fact, the case is not whether it's legal or it's blocking anything. No. The case is that the land belongs to the federal government. I think it's one walkway. But the point is that the owners of the land, the original owners dragged them to court and won.
Okay.
Now, like when they came 3 years ago, according to the people, in fact,
they won the case and then leased out the land.
Exactly.
Okay.
Now, those people were on rent then. When they came and they showed them the court judgment, they left. They moved their product. In fact, they said the woman that led that team was an Igbo woman. So she called them and said, remove your things. We're going to demolish it. So they removed their goods.
Okay.
So when the landowners now settled, they called them back and said, we've settled. And showed them the court judgment they have on the federal government. That was why they moved in, and some of them started buying and building since there's a court judgment. Now, this time around, they came. No notice. My anger is no notice. And you are telling me you are not targeting anybody. Why? Now, when you listen, see, this has made me to go and assume the conversation between former governor of Ogun State, Amusu, yes,
and the Senate and the vice president.
Exactly what it's like when they were forming APC. Not everybody knows this. A set of them, a set of Yoruba people that formed the APC and a set of Hausa people that formed the APC has an agenda against the Igbos. And that agenda was exactly what Amusu said.
You're talking about economically crippling?
Yes, yes.
But they denied that voice note. They said it was not from them, it was doctored.
Who doctored it?
Said the conversation was doctored.
We had
because that conversation went viral.
We had Amusu's voice. In fact, Amusu was not comfortable with. He was challenging him. If you look at him, he said, "Good luck, employ the Hausa people." Now the vice president was speaking with so much hate and passion. I mean, you now know that the Yorubas might not really be involved, but you now know that there is a plan. see, this jihad and this killing was planned. I think a set of people planned it and they are executing it. So now for Lagos, and if you look at the way Lagos state government, it's like they are practicing a regional government altogether. They do whatever they like to do. They don't need to. In fact, the way they even speak, their body languages, not all of them, I must tell you, and that is why I tell people,
of the government.
I must tell you that Nigerians, we should rise against. I call them gangsters. We should rise against these people in the West, even in the Southeast. South is not left out. Governor Akpabio have his own group that are doing all these things. So we should, and that is why I'm supporting this protest. Let Nigerians for once. All right, now Akpabio is not fighting with Sonwolu. He's an Igbo man. He's not fighting with Shetima. It's an Igbo man. All of them in the Senate and all of the politicians don't fight.
They are friends.
Even though they belong to different tribes, but they will come. We that are like each other. I have a shop in Aswani market. I have in Alaba market, and I have other places. There we cooperate like brothers. All right, in Alaba, I'm not sure the Hausa community and the work has ever fought for once. They do business. Where I live, Esther, is one of the most beautiful little estates in Bagada. We Yorubas and Igbos there, we contributed money to build that place. After building it, then we now put pole. What did they do? They came to give us bill. In fact, we chased them away. Now among us, we live well. I have Hausa customers, I have Yoruba customers, I have Hausa friends, I have Yoruba friends. Our children are intermarried. This we use ethnic. This now, now our president has to build his own gang, just like exactly what Awolowo did. He gave them free educations and coerced them into going into war. Now, yes. Hold on, Esther. Let me come. Let me come. Esther, wait. Esther, don't shut me down.
I'm not shutting you down.
I'm making a narration.
But no, we have to be careful with our utterances, and we need to be factual with our historical
exactly.
details,
Okay, let me be
please.
factual about it.
Okay.
Now, there was this genocide in the north, which has no reason being.
It was a pogrom.
Yes, that pogrom has no reason. Young men committed coup. Hausas were there, Yorubas were there, Igbos were there. All of a sudden, it's an Igbo coup. And there was that genocide, and they tried to settle. Okay, let us go for regional government. This thing is not comfortable, which so many people like. You know that Soyinka went to prison because of that war, because he was against it.
He was.
I think Fanike Ode's father too. So many people stood and said that regional government is better for us. Look at what is happening now. Awolowo went into war representing Yorubas. He actually went into war and put Soyinka to prison. What did he do? Because Southwest was not really with him, he has to offer some things. Free education, blah, blah, blah. And now, why am I bringing this narrative? Tinubu again is towing that line, trying to tell Yorubas, we're going to take the Igbo people's property. Look at what the first lady...
Hold on, please.
Okay.
Again, we need to be careful. This is a national radio.
Okay, tell me the narration. The narrative is wrong.
We are supposed to preach harmonization and unity.
And that's what I'm preaching.
And we're not supposed to further preach that.
I'm trying to open our eyes.
Wait, in as much as the historical thread that has brought us where we are has not been favorable, but we should not reiterate it or embellish anything for any
Do you know why I'm making this? Do you know why I'm making this reference?
You do not have any critical evidence to say Tinubu said.
I will tell you. I have proofs.
Okay.
It is making round the comments of our first lady that they will inherit Igbos is all over the place.
She made that statement during one of the elections in 2019.
Good, exactly. God bless you. So what does that tell you?
That is not Tinubu, that's the wife.
Let me tell you what Tinubu said. There was a time Igbos were crying over our former president Muhammadu Buhari's appointments. He came on live TV to say when their brothers were there, what did they do? Their brothers were in power from 1999 to 2014. What did they do? It's on TV. I listened to it. And again, he also made some comments somewhere that the Igbos that came when they were 16 years, they will come with slippers empty-handed and come to Lagos and we accommodate them and they're making money. Now this is divisive, trying to tell their people, it started building from there. So I have proof. So what am I saying?
It is not a lie that the ethnic division and sentiment is very obvious within this administration.
Comes from the politicians.
It is not a lie, it is the truth. Now the question is this: how do we move forward from this?
God bless you. That's what I'm trying to bring out. That Igbos, Yorubas outside. You can see the nation I gave. Where I live, we live in peace. We have our meetings. We have our securities. We pay. We stay together. Why do we now allow these politicians to use tribe and build their political empire? None of their children resides in Nigeria. They buy ridiculous expensive houses for their families in abroad, and then fund them with our money because they don't work. Look at Soludo's son Ozonna.
Yes.
What is now that boy is in UK
US. He has a song, enjoying himself.
If I tell you to maintain that boy, if I tell you what it costs, but in Anambra, you see how youth. In fact, the other day his agents went to the market, opened fire, and killed 4 people. Children, young men that are hustling, doing business, they kill them anyhow, and then they send their children abroad. Now, why am I making this narration? Let Hausas come out. Let's start with Nnamdi Kanu. Let's stand together, and tell them that you cannot use us anymore. We love each other.
Okay.
Now, they don't fight as politicians. They share our money.
But
Hold on, Esther. They keep on borrowing. Let me ask you. All the trillions of dollars they've been borrowing, they share it among themselves.
Obviously.
Do they use it to build road for Yorubas? Did they dash Yorubas? At least Awolowo was better. He gave free education. They gained something. Okay. What are the Yorubas getting? They are promising you that they will collect Igbo people's land and give you. That is it. And so, in order to prove that, they have to. Let me talk on Aspanda. The Igbos got Aspanda when they were privatizing. I've not seen federal government or Lagos state government gone to any other federal government properties that was privatized, to go and ask them for regularization and what have you. Now they have been looking for a way to go to Aspanda. Now I went to Aspanda.
All right.
The federal government, when they want to build, they get all the approval from the federal government because the federal government owns that property.
Okay. Now
what Lagos state is saying is that because it is in their land, that they will pay them, they will come and get approval. That is what Amusu said. Collect their money. Don't allow them this, whether it is wrong or right. And now if you go to court, but I've told them to continue to go to court. Let it be on record. Okay. Let us continue to keep those judgments. So the plan is and take it to ECOWAS
collect
court.
Their money, allow them to build, destroy
and frustrate them. That is what it is. And that is exactly what is happening. And they said to learn their trade. Now, what Igbos are now looking at Yorubas working for them as they want to learn their trade and chase them away. Did you see how they used to sow this evil seed? I mean, Igbos will start being careful now. They are not fools. They will start separating themselves from the Yorubas. Now, we help each other. We benefit from each other. In fact, I'm not boasting. The Igbo traders have kept the economy of this country. Somehow, they have contributed a lot. They employ the Yorubas. They employ the Igbos alike. Yorubas buy goods from them. We help each other. Government doesn't help us.
Yes.
Now, it's not them to leave us.
The private sector is holding the economy down.
Now, it's not these people to leave us alone. They keep on using ethnic sentiments to divide us, and we buy into it. That's why I'm giving this, all this narrative. Now, our president was once a Lagos state governor. He was once a senator. His wife was once 2-time senator. His son is warming up for Enugu State, Lagos State governor.
Hold on, I want to take a very short break. When we return, we'll be right back. For some of you that are just joining us, this is the Evening Rush on Voice of the People, 90.3 FM. Remember that we're promoting national cohesion. We have endemic issues that we discuss here, and we're trying to look for a solution to it. Some of you, quite unfortunately, have a depleted mindset. A couple of you sent comments of cowardice and all of that. I want to tell you, if you're insulting anybody on this platform, actually talking, you are the coward, and you are the one who has refused to be reasonable. Anybody who insults anyone just because you only have one line of reasoning, I am so sorry that your line of reasoning is vacuous, and whatever education you've had, I'm sorry to tell you, is liquidated. You don't have any form of education. If you do not understand how to express decorum in your line of thought, then I think you need to learn. If you're going to be part of the conversation on this platform, you do not insult anybody, you do not call anybody any form of derogatory name, and nobody's here to say things the way you like it. If you don't like it, you don't have to listen to the conversation. It's very important because we're educating ourselves. So do not take your ridiculous and primitive mindset to upset the flow of the conversation. I sincerely beg you, please. If you're not comfortable, you don't have to be part of the conversation. All right? Thank you very much. We'll take a very short break, and when we return, we'll definitely continue with Mr. Lawal on Natasha Akpabio.
Customer, welcome. What do you want buy?
I want buy changeover. Cutout fuse and distribution board made of 100% heavy duty copper.
Oh, come, I get them. See, I'm here.
No, now I'm looking for Slatter Star J cutout fuse and distribution board, Nippo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel.
But Oga,
Don't worry, I know where to get them. Whether na Star J changeover cutout fuse, Slatter distribution board, Nippo cutout fuse, Star J solar battery, inverter, MPPT controller, and solar panel, Star J ceiling fan, sockets, all earthen materials. Make you no go do cover wise pan foolish show. Slatter Star J Indian product na #1 since 1961. Made of 100% heavy duty solid copper with no compromise. Available in all leading electrical shops nationwide. Slatter Star J na you Pico.
Lagos, are you ready? The Niger Landlord Summit 2025 is here. Join us on Saturday, 1st November 2025 at the Golden Tulip Hotel, International Airport Road for the biggest gathering of real estate minds in Nigeria. Come and discover how to profit from the booming housing demand in Nigeria. Explore funding and investment opportunities that work. Gain insights and government housing policies shaping the market. Experience the latest prop tech innovations transforming property ownership. Network with top developers, investors, and policy makers all in one room. Don't miss this power-packed event. Registration is 50,000 naira only, with full access to sections, exhibitions, with premium networking and refreshment. How to register? Make payment to VOPFM account number 112-416-8488. Again, 112-416-8488. Zenith Bank. Send your proof of payment via WhatsApp to 0707 115 4297. 0707 115 4297.
All right, thank you very much. Welcome to the Evening Rush right here on Voice of the People 90.3 FM. The conversation continues. My name is Esther Mwachukwu. So I have Madam Pinto right here, Mr. Lawal Ekundaya. Mr. Lawal. So there was mild drama at the National Assembly today when lawmakers in the Senate hesitated to second a motion raised by Senator Natasha Akpabio concerning the alleged abuse of Nigerian women in Libya prisons. Now, the senator represents Kogi Central under the platform of the People's Democratic Party, and she moved a motion seeking urgent intervention to repatriate Nigerian women said to be languishing in Libyan detention facilities. So, in her presentation, Akpabio alleged that several of the detained women were being subjected to sexual exploitation by prison officials and were forced to bear children while in custody. She appealed to the Red Chamber to mandate the Nigerian Immigration Service to work with Libyan authorities for their safe return home. So after she concluded her motion, the atmosphere in the chamber was tense. The Senate President called for a seconder, which is a necessary step before the debate could proceed. And to the surprise of many, no senator, not even among the female lawmakers, initially rose to support the motion. The chamber was momentarily thrown into silence as lawmakers avoided eye contact. It took the Senate leader, Akpabio, standing up to second the motion before proceedings could continue. So again, she resumed earlier this month. The question is this. You heard the sister of Akpabio calling him prefect of the Senate. And there are talks that place is court-like. You don't do certain things. You don't want to avoid. You don't want to annoy or offend the Senate president. And it's like she's not been treated as a pariah because of what happened. So if Senator Akpabio hadn't gotten up, everyone would have inquired. And not even the women could actually give a rejoinder or a second harmation. This had to do with women, Nigerian women in Libyan prisons. When it comes to issues like this, shouldn't personal discontent be set aside? And while things that has to do with the content of the Nigerian people be sought after, how come nobody could actually respond to second harmation?
You remember that? You remember that motion, is similar. Let me use the word similar, present tense, to our own accusation against the Senate president. Have you forgotten?
Okay.
That has to do with a sexual allegation.
Yeah.
And then see the way they played it down. Like, why are you so? What's so special about it?
Okay.
As if it's something that goes on around them, and then you are talking about it, Okay. And then now she's saying the same thing about some people who are, experiencing that, who have no voice, and she's speaking their voice.
And Nigerian women in Libyan prisons.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
And that is because they have been detained for so long.
And look at the way that they were quiet. Not even the men. Look at them. The female, the women that were there. Look at the same thing. You can see it shows that when somebody, not sure what I was saying something yesterday when you were saying something like National Assembly. He said they are not National Assembly. You remember? He was saying that I think there was a word he used. That they don't. You said rep. I think you said something like rep. That they don't represent Nigerians. They don't represent Nigerians, because anything that has to do with Nigerians, anything that has to do with the masses, they don't bother about it at all. They step it aside. They don't even look at it. You say, so they don't represent the people. They are just assembly. They just assemble together. They don't represent. They are not representatives. They are just assembly of people who put themselves together. That is the way I think she reported yesterday. Now, that's exactly what is going. That's why I keep, when that thing of that issue of Natasha came up, I was so impressed that for the first time or few times, let me use the word few times, pocket of incidences here and there, that you see true representatives of Nigerians coming out, people who actually love this country, who actually love Nigerians, the true Nigerians, that is the masses, who are actually bearing the brunt of bad leadership, who innocently vote for leaders, and when they get there, they turn the system against these people. You occasionally see pockets of these true representatives coming out, putting their lives on the line, putting their heads on the line for the common people. That is what you are seeing. That's what you are seeing. This is what you are seeing. If it's an ordinary person, you see sexual assault, that person will be remanded in prison before they even say they start his case. It will have been, a lot of torture in the prison. They don't even know whether he has done something wrong or right. And somebody came up to speak, something that really hurt her, that he knows that every other people are feeling it, but because the system suppresses them, the system did not give them opportunity. The system is biased. They are suppressed. They are kept quiet, and then you see somebody coming on board to speak. He keeps showing Nigerians every now and then why this country needs total overhauling. Let me use that word.
Exactly.
It needs overhauling. Somebody will say, when we talk sometimes, we say something like Igbo, Yoruba, Hausa. And I said, when we go out of this country, we become brothers. When we are in this country, we are tribalistic.
I don't know why too. Because outside this country, Nigerians are always together, regardless of your tribe or whatever. I don't know why it's like that inside here.
Esther, let me tell you something. That's why people begin to wonder. If they began to conclude that independence was wrong. Yes, that independence was founded on tribalism and division. if you look at this, when I saw this history, when I saw it on video, I saw it, the video and everything. When the North said they don't want the independence, I began to wonder, then how come? What history are we talking about? How come we don't have all these things in our history books? That actually some section of Nigerians said they don't want the independence. Now they had to. The other said they must go with them by force. You get it? And the white man gave them opportunity. Okay, go and think about, try and think about it for 2 years, for God's sake, for you to go and think about it. Then the question is, did you consult your people? Did you consult? Exactly. Did they consult? I don't see where they make a referendum across the southern Nigeria to see, everybody just sit down somewhere and make that decision.
Few of them.
And that is why the independence did not last. That premise, that fundamental constitution that bind us together that time, where is that constitution? That is why it is easy for us to see ourselves as enemy. Do you know why? Because the leaders, they live separately outside the people. The leaders, they live totally in another world from the people. If a governor, how many times when I was small, I would see governors come to my primary school. Jack Conde will come. He will come to that primary school. He will go to the market. You see him walking all over the place. He's not a spirit. He's not a demigod. He's a human being like you. Everybody will follow. He will go and meet him. He will look at what we are going through. He will go to the primary health center. He will look at everything. He will visit so many, and he does that regularly. That's when I knew. You see, every Saturday, every Friday of the month, I've never heard about anything like environmental education. We students, pupils, we do the environmental sanitation for the community.
All right.
So many things are designed. Now let me finish that area. I'm coming because we need to tell Nigerians the truth. We need to look back. If you don't look back to the cause of your problem, in what we call it underlying disease. When you have a disease, there must be an underlying, because you are not created with disease. Nobody's created with disease. Now the thing is this: there must be an underlying factor. There must be a pathogen. There must be an organism that is eating that area that is causing the disease. So you cannot treat that disease without first of all taking care of that pathogen. You have to kill that pathogen. When you kill the pathogen, the disease will automatically disappear. But when you are taking drug because of the disease, that person will die of the disease. Why? Because the pathogen that is causing the disease is having a field day. That Nigeria, that is what we are going through. That is why you see in the house somebody, even if it is your enemy, and it's talking about your person that you represent, because they say they represent Nigerians, and the people are Nigerians. Even if Akpabio Duagan is your enemy in the house, you hated that, but she's talking about your own person now. She's talking about the people you represent.
It doesn't make sense.
And then you hate her because you abandon your people. So how do you now call yourself a rep? What do you represent? They are talking. Do you know whether your own family is part of those people who are lingering in Libya prison? Do you know whether the senior president's family is there? Do you know all your family? Sometimes when you have this meeting at home, then you begin to see your cousins and nephew and your whatever, your niece. You get to, who is this? You don't know this person. It's your brother's this. They began to, you wake up now. Do you know that these people could be your persons?
Exactly.
Now why do we become like this, for God's sake? And this boils down to Nigerians, to the common people, that each time you play, you sell your conscience to vote leaders. Each time, even if they give you 1 million naira, I am telling you that you and your children will suffer 1 billion naira. They will take 100 billion naira from you, from your family. That is what is going on. It's a shame. Can you do that? Can that happen even in ordinary Ghana here? Or in South Africa? That a rep will come up and talk. You look at America will tell that, see, if you kill one American, you get it. The government will say, if you kill one American, we will deal with you. Look at Trump. Trump is all the battle is fighting. It's just because the other countries are retaliating. All this battle, all these tariffs is imposing on other countries. He's really not imposing tariffs on his people. It's just the retaliation of the other country that you want to impose tax on us. And will impose tax on your own people. That is why they say the people are. He doesn't really impose tax on their. He impose tax on all the foreigners outside the country, regardless of we have blacks in America, we have Indians, we have Chinese, we have European, we have the natives, everybody. That constitution recognizes everybody and it makes you equal. They say you can even sue the American president. I remember in Clinton's time, he was almost impeached because of what? His girlfriend brought up a case against him that has to do with a sexual activity, and they almost impeached him for it. But here, the president said, I have confidence. Confidence in what? That he committed it, or that nothing will happen to him because he committed it. Don't worry, you have committed, nothing will happen to you. This is Nigeria now. I have confidence that nothing will happen to you. Nobody will see justice.
Madam Pinto, because we need to open the phone lines very quickly, as briefly as possible. Nigerians are really not happy with the state of the economy. We need economic vibrancy. Unfortunately, I really don't understand what these new policies are, because I would have expected some form of empathy from the government of the day towards people's businesses, considering how tough and difficult things are. In as much as the federal government or the state government are saying they want to create a sense of normalcy or organization, how do we put it out of them that, please, even if you want to destroy people's properties for whatever reason or the other, attach a human face. Either you give notification or you let them evacuate their goods or and whatever products they have, because you can't imagine what it is to import products. Sometimes clearing it at the wharf or even at the airport, you're going to pay for that. The longer your goods stay, you know that there is usually, traffic, people queue. You pay for demurrage. After you clear it, you move it to your warehouse or to your shop, and then one day somebody wakes up, takes a bulldozer, pull it down. It looks targeted. It looks personal. You don't treat people like animals or slaves. We're supposed to be one Nigeria, and it's so unfortunate that a state that emboldens, that is supposedly meant to be the searchlight, the beam for every other state to emulate in terms of we're democratic, we're hospitable, we thrive on excellence, is acting funny. So my question to you, Madam Pinto, is how do we correct it? Because some people are saying go back to your states, go and build in your state. We don't want you anymore. Our land is our land. Some people are attaching what happened in 2023 concerning the elections because Peter Obi got some support. And again, Peter Obi wouldn't have won Lagos without the support of the Yorubas. It wasn't even possible if the Yorubas were not a massive supporter of him in 2023. So how do we move on from this? We can no longer continue to allow people's businesses suffer because of political sentiments.
Okay, Esther. Nigerians, we are over 250 million people. Do you know that the day Nigerians unite to protest, these people, none of them will live alive. So they need this division to be able to control Nigeria. That's exactly what they are doing. Because whatever they do, they try to give the Yorubas hope. It is our own. They need that division.
But everyone is suffering this.
No, that's what
it's not one particular person.
Esther is a thing of the mind. It's controlling. You understand? They just have to control people. They just have to use it to control, to have control. Okay, now, Mr. Kundayo, very good speech. He was saying something about people taking money to vote. Whether they give you money or not, they rig elections. It's not as if we don't vote the right people. We do vote the right people, but they will rig it.
Just like what the Senate President's sister-in-law said.
Exactly. Now, when they rig it, instead of us to, like, in broad daylight, we saw what transpired during the election after the results, and then we went to court. We saw all the shenanigans that went on in the court. Naturally speaking, under normal circumstances, I've seen countries that protested and chased away their evil leaders. Their leaders never do even 100 of what our leaders have done. But ask yourself this question. Okay. Why haven't we come together to also chase them away? Because they hang on to tribe and religion to divide us. We don't speak with one voice. It's as simple as that. So any day in Yorubas we see Igbos, we see this country as one Nigeria. Any day the Hausas, we see this country as one Nigeria, and see an Igbo man as a fellow countryman. Imagine one young lady that says Igbos are migrants. This is something they teach them, they put in their skull, they put in their brain. When a fellow countryman, you know that is even wrong. It's even a treasonable offense.
Yes.
For a fellow countryman to tell you that this is my land, you can't stay and do. They have been committing. That means they're dividing the country already.
But it's basically what it is.
Exactly. But
they want to enact the whole regional system.
That they're even putting in jail for treasonable offenses is even trying to say it's not working. If it can't work, divide it. That's what that young man is saying. This is not working. This is what you are doing wrong. This is what you are doing wrong. If it can't work, we can't stay in this kind of environment. Divide it.
You saw some terrorists.
Now, exactly. I'm coming to that. Now, in this the same what Nnamdi Kanu said. People have said worse. Like the young woman that said Igbos are migrants. That is treason.
Not
because she has divided. The
one
country.
cleric too that threatened the president's wife.
Exactly. Now that's the treason. Oluomo that stood to say if Igbos will not vote APC, he will kill them. That's also a treasonable offense. You understand? Even Bayo Ononuga, who is the president's special advisor, yes, has also said that this is the last time Igbos will be allowed to vote in Lagos. What treasonable offense is more than that? And the government of the day condones it. Now, what are they doing? They are trying to tell the Yorubas, we can do whatever we like to do and get away with it. Why are they disgracing and insulting Igbos and do whatever they can? We shout, and they want to show their people that, you can gain. You know, people are first of all selfish. Naturally, we are selfish. You want your own interest. So they are trying to give these people hope that we are protected, even though they know it is wrong. But because I'm going to benefit from this, let me support it. That is how they play us. Eventually, you don't get anything. Because when Igbos will arise and start defending and start fighting these things, you will now see that the centers cannot hold. I don't know why they've not gone to court. I don't know why. We have more than 5 million Igbos in this Lagos. Are you saying that if they should lock their shop for 1 week and go on protest, let them even shoot them? Contribute money, they have money. Invite CNN and protest and pour their heart. And Kukuma call the United Nations too. This is not a nation now. Bring out all these evidences. Honestly, this country might be splitted.
We need to do better.
So what
the government of the day needs to do better.
So now they won't do any better.
No, they have to do better. It's a prerogative.
Esther, what we are going to do until you demand it from them. Remember, it is government of the people, by the people, for the people. If we don't collectively demand it, they will continue to divide us.
So, but if that is the case, what is the essence of wanting everybody to go out and vote if we're a true federal nation? Because you tell everybody go and vote for one person that will represent the interest of all, regardless of their region or ethnicity. So if you would eventually get there, not represent the interest of all, then what is the point?
Esther, in the east, the most annoying insult of it all is that all the president needs to do is to intimidate the governors to either you how do you call it, move to APC. How do they use that word?
Like bully them?
No. Either you decamp to APC or you lose your seats and nothing will happen. Look at what happened in Edo State. Look at what happened in Rivers State. So that is the signal.
In fact, another governor, Dwoye Ediri, has joined APC. Most of the governors have joined. We're wondering what the classic thing is.
Now,
and I heard the classic thing is the idea is to induce the that is the residents, the state electoral commission.
No, it's not it. It's not it. It's for the state governors to help them rig election, because without the state governors, without the local government, you cannot actually be able to rig the election. Look at what happened then. Even though we have PDP governors, the people voted and were able to see the result. Look at what happened in Rivers State. Of course, the governor influenced the governor influenced the outcome of the election. And then in Lagos, let me tell you, in Lagos State, majorly is not Igbos. Let me tell you, Igbos did not really come out to campaign for Peter, because it's like they are aware of what is going to be. Yorubas believe more in this equity. They push it. They fought for it. In fact, the votes, I personally monitored the vote. I was very active. I didn't belong to any party, but I was also, I wanted the change. Okay, even the vote that allocated to the president, he didn't get it. Even in some areas where Yorubas dominated, where we know that these ones are APC, the president did not. That is to show you how the people are willing to cooperate to change this thing, but because of the control, the inducement, the division. So it is high time. Let me tell you. You see the electoral reforms. If Nigerians rise and demand for it, it will be done. One, if Nigerians rise to defend their vote, how many are there? How many are the police? So the thing is that for us to come together and agree to what we want and defend it, we are over 250 million people. These politicians are not up to 10 million. What are you talking about?
They're not even up to 50. What am I saying? 5,000.
Okay, let us even say they are. Let us even say they are 100,000. How can 100,000 hold the whole nation in ransom, making us kill ourselves, destroying our things?
Doesn't make sense.
So the point is that it's still born out. Okay, look at this. Look at this Nnamdi Kanu protest. You will see the outcome. That's why I'm warning the Igbos: don't close your market, but supply the people.
Okay.
Each market, Ladipo here can sponsor as much as 500 people.
Like mobilization?
Sponsor, yes, mobilize.
With
like
water
we have over 51 unions in Ladipo. Please, I'm pleading with Ladipo people. Let all the affiliated unions in Ladipo at least sponsor 20 people. Now, Esther, 20 times 50 is what?
I'm not good with maths.
20 times 50 is 1,000. Ladipo alone, if they mean it, they can mobilize. Now, in Alaba International, we have over 50 unions. If each union should fund, one person can even fund 20 people, but they should not lock their market, because the moment they lock their market, it will be another thing. So let us be wise this time around and very careful. So I'm pleading with them, even from the southeast, we can do it, and nobody will know that.
It's not just the southeast, even the south. Akwa Ibom, they were complaining bitterly about the fact that they're not properly represented. Princess Pats Akpabio said a lot. One of the persons that was part of the campaign team for the Senate president in 2023 thereabout also said the same thing about, if she made a lot of allegations about killings, about rigging and all whatnot, and these things are out there. I'm waiting for the Senate president to refute or possibly claim that there's something wrong with her, but she says he has stepped on a lot of toes. He needs to go and atone, and if he doesn't atone, they will say more, because she wants to come in 2027. She must also have a seat. She said it's also her turn. She said it's Miloka. She said it's her turn, and that things will be said, more things will be exposed. So there's a lot of dirt, not just on Akpabio, most of them, but his is coming out, and I don't know what this represents or how this taints this administration or what it portrays of this administration. Madam Pinto, what would you say about what all of these allegations from her represents?
Well, listening to her, I can't even pick anything. It's neither here nor there. She was being careful with what she was saying. I tried to listen to pick what
she spoke some things in Calabar.
Yes, I think it's a personal feud between her and Akpabio. I mean, it's about her interest.
Yes.
And her not being represented. She's a politician too. So I think.
But she's not based here.
I know. I think it's them war. Because he didn't really say anything about Nigeria, about the interests of the people.
No, it's about the Akwa Ibom.
Yes, it's about their cackles, Akwa Ibom not carrying them along, cheating them. So I didn't really pick anything from what she said.
Now, let me say something about that. Now, and about the Senate president. See, there's an approval, which is going on as well. Everybody says generating a lot of fuzzy all over the place. Negatively about this Calabar Road, from Lagos Calabar Road, and I sat down before. I said yes, it's not a bad thing now for you to have a route from Lagos to Calabar. It's easier, it will be shorter. And I sat down again and I wonder, instead of this Calabar Road, why not fix the ports first? You know, I came back to realize that
or even the existing road.
No, let fix the existing, if you fix that port, the pressure that Lagos is putting, which you have to carry goods from Lagos through the existing road, is one of the things that's causing problem for those existing road. Now, if you have all the normal ports that were existing before, you get active, you know that the existing road the pressure will be less on them. You can pick your goods actually from a Calabar port, and then you supply whatever, people who have a shop, whatever in that area, even up to the north of Maiduguri. You can do that across that area. If Port Harcourt is working, you can connect Port Harcourt and Imo port. You get across to that that area. You get to Kaduna, whatever, it leads up to that area. If you fix this Ondo port, you see that from that Ondo port you can cross that to Ekiti Ondo side. You go, then you see that all the roads will now have less pressure.
Exactly.
I began to wonder if you can spend so much money on that Calabar road, to fix all these ports that will put less pressure
on the road
and develop inner areas of Nigeria, will not have got, I don't think, maybe even like half of that money will have fixed that every proposed, other thing in that area. Earmarked. In fact, it will be easier even to begin to have these refineries, modular refineries coming up in those sections. Because and then wealth will now be properly distributed across the country.
Yes.
No,
all right, let's take phone calls, please, Mr. Lawal. 08036929933. That's the number. Please be civil in your responses and let's focus. And please, if you have reactions in terms of recommendation to how we can resolve some of the endemic issues, I talked about the situation with insecurity. Another terrorist group has emerged. I played to you Governor Akpabio's sister-in-law audio concerning a couple of things she exposed about Senate President Akpabio. And also we talked about Natasha Akpoti today presenting a bill where her colleagues could not also second the motion. All right, and then the whole Nnamdi Kanu talk and situation, what exactly should be done in terms of future recommendations as to the current state of Nigeria at this point in time. All right, okay. Hello, good evening, how are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, welcome.
First time caller.
Hello, where are you?
Hello, fine. Good evening. Are you hear me?
You're on the road, sir. Can you get to somewhere quiet and call back, please? That noise is very distracting, okay? Thank you very much. The number to call is 08036929933. Please just make sure that you're somewhere where we can hear you well, no background noise. I know that you're on the road. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello?
Hello?
Welcome. What's your name, sir?
Yeah, good evening. My name is Ifeanyi.
Ifeanyi, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Lagos.
All right, please go ahead, sir.
Okay, I want to greet Madam Peter there and US and the other my brother,
Mr.
their brother in Nigeria. Okay, very quick one. I want to say something. Nigeria is a complex place. Even before the 2023 election, in one of the gathering, I told them that all the things they are galvanized for is not going to work because our constitution is very, very bad. But as I'm talking now, our problem is the media. Exactly. The media is our problem. How? The media, they don't want the truth to come out.
Oh, guys, not like
if
that.
I'm telling you the truth. If you listen the way CNN interview rugged people and Argentina,
America is not Nigeria. We're highly censored.
No,
you need to understand
talking about
that.
CNN. I'm talking about CNN, not America. I'm talking about media.
Where is CNN, sir? Where is CNN located? Where is CNN located?
CNN is everywhere. CNN is
not to the US.
We have it in America.
Oga, please, I beg you, when you want to give your criticism, let it come from an informed perspective. We're regulated here. We're not as free as you think. You need to understand that. A couple of you would call media practitioners cowards. They're afraid, even more afraid of flies. I am sorry. We don't have proper representation. If anything happens, the organization would not. You people don't understand. So we need to apply decorum. You can pass across your message without being extreme. If we were in the US, like he's saying, CNN is an American media. CNN, the fact that you watch it in your house is through satellite. properly educate yourselves, okay? I beg you. Thank you very much. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening. Thanks, sir.
Welcome, sir. How are you?
I greet you. Madam Apinto, good evening, now.
Good evening, sir.
I greet you, sir.
Good evening, sir.
I'm Mazi from calling from Mojalaba.
Go ahead.
I know if I disagree for what the analysis for Mr. Pinto and Akpabio. Then just even got it a special Mr. Pinto. They still want to talk exactly what Nigeria and sometimes we our Nigeria they do ourselves.
Okay.
I calculated even the politician no reach 1 million. So, but we Nigeria people masses, how many? We more than them. But sometimes we collect them 10, 100, 20, 10,000, 10,000 to sell our bed right. So, please, we need to ginger ourselves. Let we understand ourselves. If Nigeria good for everybody, I don't understand now when the selling rice at 50, 80, is it not everybody buy a massive buyer? Nothing concern the politician, they may chop our money. So please let us understand ourselves. And about the phone the Carlo, me I said that it's evil politicians are very disappointing us. But let us try, even though she will not blow this guy out. But at least we will remember that now somebody get somebody will do for that place. Thank you, my sister. Good night.
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. 080-3692-9933. That's the number. 080-3692-9933. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? All right. Please, when you call, concentrate. I have picked your call and you didn't know I have picked your call. Hello. Good evening. How are you? Hello? Hello? All right, kindly call back 080-3692-9933. That's the number. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Yes, good evening, sir. What's your name, please?
My name is Ephraim, calling from Oshodi.
Ephraim from Oshodi. Please go ahead, sir.
I'm here to talk about issue concerning Nnamdi Kanu.
Go ahead.
Hello?
I can hear
Hello?
you. Go ahead, sir.
Okay. So the issue of Nnamdi Kanu, what I want to say about that is that you see Nigerian tribalism is killing us in this Nigeria. Because this issue of Biafra is like Nnamdi Kanu is not the first man that started it. I'm talking about Sunday Igboho. Sunday Igboho said his own in 2021. And after talking him, they release him because he's a European. But still Nnamdi Kanu, they start holding him and the man is getting to. That is, it's like the man is at point of death now. But everyone just keeps silent. So let's come out in mass and do the protest. That's my contribution.
Thank you very much. God bless you for calling. 080-3692-9933. That's the number to call. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Please turn down the volume of your radio.
Hello?
Yes. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Hello? Hello?
I don't know whether you can hear me. I cannot hear you, but let me go on. Good evening to your guest in the studio there.
Good evening.
Please, what I want to say is that if you look at what is going on in this country, in this Nigeria, you're seeing like this. If you look, you ask, the bandits that are killing people in the north, what are they agitating for? You look, what are they agitating for? What do they need? That is what you should ask. Mazi Nnamdi Kanu is agitating just because he felt that the Nigerian government is actually marginalizing his people. That's why. But those bandits that are killing people, what are they agitating for? What do they need from Nigeria now?
Good question.
All right. Thank you very much. Thank you for calling. Hello. Good evening. How are you? 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, sister.
Good evening, sir. How are you?
Good evening. I get it today.
Yeah, welcome.
What of you for her?
All right, welcome, sir. How are you?
God bless you.
Right.
Help me greet your guest.
Okay.
Madam Pinto, how are you doing, ma?
I'm good, sir.
God bless you. All you are saying is correct. Even Oga Ekundayo. May God bless you now, sir. I pray that the whole world will hear your voice. So
like as Ramadan said, the problem we have in this Nigeria is politicians. Both east, west, north, all the whole place, they are ganging up against the masses. When they enter there, they find a caucus. If you don't agree with them, they get you aside. They are buying us up. That is why we are suffering. If you disagree with them, they will come after you. And they are flying abroad, we are here suffering. The problem we have is for us to come together and chase them out. Look at what happened in that country. They are forced to run away because they come together. What will happen now? Soldiers will come to the shoot. Army will come, police will come, but they are also suffering. Let us join together and work together. Nigeria will be better for us. God bless you.
All right, thank you very much, sir. Thank you. 080-3692-9933. 080-3692-9933. Hello, good evening. How are you?
Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. How are you, sir?
Good evening to Miss Madam Pinto.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening to Mr. Kundayo.
Good evening, sir. Thank you.
I thank you people for this program that is going on. Please, Madam Pinto have said it all. In fact, I don't know what is happening to all the Igbo politicians, all the Igbos. In fact, I don't know whether they are using money to buy all of them. We have 5 states in the eastern side. Now 3 have joined. It remains 2. Even the 2 that are remain is shaking. 1 is on his way to even, but he never reached. But he's on the way. Very soon, they will announce that he have arrived. Now, the problem that they are trying to create, and they are buying all the Igbo politicians, Igbo governor, Igbo senator, they are buying all this money that they are spending, they are collecting. What are they going to use it for? Is it for what? If they buy all of them finish, what are they going to gain in the end?
Thank you very much, sir. God bless you. We need to take other calls, okay? Let's just say our thoughts or recommendations. I think we've gone past the time of lamenting, because a couple of people will say what we do on this program every day is to be lamenting. Hello, good evening. How are you? 0036929933. 0036929933. Hello, good evening, sir. Welcome.
Yeah, good evening.
Yeah, good evening, sir. Please, can you project? I can't really hear you well.
I greet everyone up here in the studio. My name is Musa Idris, calling from the Abara Isis.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Yeah, I am really elated whenever I listen to the analysis at your studio.
Thank you.
Madam Tito is a wonderful woman. Mr. Akpabio is very, very wonderful as well. And you see, there's one thing, whenever people criticize, people will think that they are against. But in democracy, what do we need? We need practical criticism. If you don't criticize them, they will not know their loopholes and correct.
Yeah.
I have just been listening. Do you know, because of this, your program, the Evening Rush, I come back very early every day. I listen to it. Number one, I love listening to the news, the world news, and the way you bring in people to analyze things before you now go to the Evening Rush.
Thank
You see, let us continue what we are doing. You will think they don't listen to you. They do. I am a politician as well.
Wow.
But I don't align with them.
Okay.
What are you going to do if you acquire all the money in the whole world and you take it to outside the country, you dump it there? If we are taking all this money and then investing in our country, we will be impoverished. But we are the giants of Africa, but we are impoverished. Please, Esther, continue what you're doing. And you see Darlington, may God bless that man. You see, there must be somebody criticizing. Please don't show worried not to be so angry with that man. I listened to his comments,
yes,
the way you mentioned that Darlington. Darlington is not per se criticizing or antagonizing him alone. He is talking for the nation. He's talking for his brothers. He's talking for every one of us. Nigeria belongs to every one of us. Like in the animal farm, they say that all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. That is Michael Owen.
But I want to tell you that we are the populace and we are the people that voted for them, and they should listen to us. Esther, do you know that we have the right to recall people that are not doing what we want?
Yes, very well, obviously.
We do. But how many times have we tried to recall?
So people do not even know how the process goes, actually.
You see, we don't know. Somebody who is supposed to be your servant now becomes your organ. It is never been, and it wouldn't have to be.
Okay.
I wouldn't have been.
Thank you very much. That's been a good
Thank you
one.
very much,
Thank
and
you
have
so
a wonderful
much.
night.
Bless
Yeah.
you. Thank you. Maybe next week I'll invite one of the state resident electoral commissioners or any of them who work in Lagos State election committee to come educate us. How can you recall if the people who are representing you are not representing you properly? What does the process entail? They'll give us a breakdown of how to do it. That's a very, very good one. Because when we begin to let them know that we're no longer blind or slaves, we put you there, then they would understand that they have to sit up and represent us properly. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello? Hi. Please now, settle down when you call. 08036929933. Hello, good evening. Hello. All right, let me take some messages out. I'll still take some calls. Esther, my name is Joseph. Will you believe that demolition is still ongoing in Alabarago as I am talking to you? Let me ask you, what did they want us after destroying over 1 million shops? Wow. Okay, Obed Oji, yes, Ogalawa Ekundaya would say that if you attack a mad person, you will always know he or she has people. Senator Natasha has proved that she has supporters on empathy. May Edoche has supporters on empathy. If anyone tries anything funny on Esther Wachko and other presenters, you will see what or how her fans will all over the world react, just like what the fans of Natasha Udwagan and May Edoche are doing. None of these people talking about the demolitions have proved to me that proper things were not done. If their unions are doing the right thing, they should follow up properly. Yes, individually, house owners also pay land use charge annually, even if it is the federal government. The lands are in Lagos. All right, okay. Still Obed Oji. The madam is mentioning names, but she's not emphatic. She is assuming. She has again said that she believes set of people planned it. I think she has to do proper investigation and not speculations. All right, Obed Oji. Well done. Good evening, Esther and your guest. It's quite unfortunate that the country is treating most Nigerians badly, and when they asked for secession, they refused. This is unjust. God is watching all of us, and the day of reckoning is at hand. This is from Larry. Blessed evening, Esther and the guest in the studio. Esther, I really feel for you. The manner and the way the country, my dear sister, is quite unfortunate. Esther, this country is gone under APC. Tinubu and late Buhari came to power by all means by using terrorists and bandits to come to power. Esther, we are in a mess since this APC came to power. Esther, Nnamdi Kanu was kidnapped, not arrested by APC government. Esther, since Tinubu lost 2023 general elections in Lagos, he is not happy with the Igbos in Lagos. Esther, my brothers from the southwest are highly educated, but their utterances sometimes from them, even some of their leaders, is uncalled for. Tinubu is dancing the music Buhari set up for him again against the Igbos. Esther, we don't have leaders for now. What we have is a bunch of looters. Oh God, arise and trouble those that are troubling Nigerians. Mayor from Ikotoingbe. The leadership are the ones causing the division. Until Nigerians stand up together and fight these people out of office, nothing will happen. Aries from Igondo. Good evening, Esther. The injustice and hatred against Indigo is worse than the 1994 Rwanda genocide. The federal government continues persecution of Nnamdi Kanu because he's an Igbo man. There is no crime he committed more than the bandits and terrorists who has wasted thousands of innocent lives. But government romances them to the extent to have peace deal with them, who came with AK-47 at the peace deal hall without the government security agents to arrest them to face a crime they have committed against humanity. Nemesis will continue falling on Nigeria until injustice against Igbos and Nigerians are actually dealt with justice and equity. From Iwoha Ikechukwu. Good evening, Esther. Thank you for continuing to do your best to educate the people on different issues. People should leave Shawari alone and keep quiet if they don't want to join the protest for the freedom of Mazi Kanu. Instead of some Igbo leaders supporting him, they are now politicizing exercising it because they don't have the capacity to do what Shawara is doing. Finally, if Obi and Atiku cannot come together to work and push this bad law called APC out of office, then Tinubu will close to victory again, but God forbid. Madam Pinto is telling the history you don't know, so listen to her and learn. You're arguing too much, APC chair lady. Sorry, Mavinu. Oh God! Hey, all right. Good evening, Esther and the guests in the studio. I'm so sorry to Nigerians that the man that we called our president is the one dividing the whole country with ethnicity and religion, and some of our people are also buying the bad ideas. Now Nigeria is about to be turned to a one-party system, sharing millions and billions of naira to people that queue into his opinion. 20% of Nigerians are getting richer, while 80% of Nigerians are getting poorer. Nigerians will go out and get their voters card now because there are evil in the land. Mr. Fred from Lagos, God help Nigeria. Esther, say it is the way I said it. God help Nigeria. Amen and amen. Good evening, Esther. Sometimes I'm worried how people are speaking as if the Igbos are not doing anything about Mazen Nnamdi Kanu. What protest can be more than the Monday sit at home being observed in the southeast? I stand with Mr. Darlington on this. Secondly, there are close to 7 big markets within Trade Fair Complex, which Aspanda is one of them. The demolition also affected other areas outside Aspanda. Chukwuka from Aspanda Trade Fair. All right. VOP, please. I need Barrister Darlington's number. I have business for him. My name is Ebuka from Ikotu. Ebuka, we are going to charge you before we give you his number. Good evening, Esther. I love the lady's perspective to hashtag free Nnamdi Kanu now. She's factual, eloquent, and emphatic about her points, unlike the barrister's approach. I don't have anything against Barrister Darlington, but he should drop the idea of anti-war agenda. The Lagos State government approach to demolition will lead to crisis. Madam, I beg to disagree with the lady's opinion that all the Yorubas get employed. I have said it repeatedly on this show that Lagos State is capitalizing on a Supreme Court judgment that vested all lands within the purview of the state governor. It doesn't make sense to have a double level of approvals, federal government documents and development approvals, and Lagos State approval regularization on a single party doesn't make sense at all. There is room for post-construction approval in the built environment. All you have to do is to pay a penal fee and do a non-destructive test in addition to all required documents for approval. You don't just go demolishing people's property and destroying their wares and goods because you are shallow-minded and blinded by politics, bigotry, and Igbophobia. There is nothing wrong with senators not seconding Senator Natasha's motion. If I don't believe in your motion, I don't second it. And an unseconded motion dies on arrival. Thus, the Senate goes on with her proceedings. We shouldn't make up issues out of nothing. Architect Olaliko in Ijayi. Okay. Good evening, VOP. I love this man than Tony and Barry. Who is Barry? Oh, Barrister Darlington. Okay, Barrister Darlington, who always talk to divide Yoruba and Igbos. God bless you. I am Gideon. Oh, no, wow. Okay, don't worry. But Barrister will always say his truth. But tomorrow, don't worry, I'll guide him. All right, please, you guys be calm. As said, these politicians tap from what is really inside us and use it and believe it because that's the way Nigerians are. Let us forget about trying to stay together like this. It won't work. If Nigerians truly want this country to work, let us organize a national protest demanding regional rule. Thanks, Vincent, also known as But Why from Mushi. Vincent, this is your name. But why? Thank you, Esther. My name is Kunle Major from Festac Town, and please be careful with Barrister now. Thank you. All right. Calling anyone that his mindset is trying to insult anyone on the VOP platform, it's not correct. It's not proper. Do not insult anyone on the VOP platform. All right. Thank you. Good evening, Esther. Please tell your guests that she's not talking in a beer parlor. That should be restrained when analyzing critical national issues in a national television. Tribal sentiment should be avoided. Most of the past events she's talking about may not necessarily be proved. I don't think Indigo is a target of this harsh economic reality. Nigerians are suffering. Noah from Igondo. All right. Please. Okay, this person sent a link. All right. Abidin says, offering criticism without a clear understanding is damaging. Tackling every issue purely through emotion isn't a productive path forward. VOP is capable of doing better than this. Do not make insinuations based on unverified claims without presenting solid facts. This is Abidin. All right, Abidin, tell us please which of the statements that are unverified or which of the audio clips or video clips that we play that is not verified. Kindly tell us which of them you're referring to. All right, it's very important so you don't generalize like most of the contents are from that purview. All right, well done, Abidin. Good evening, Esther and Alolo. Esther, just allow the Lolo to air her view. She's right. All the national officials against MNK. Please, okay. All right. I should not interrupt Lolo. Okay, Lolo, sorry for interrupting you. Good evening, VOP and good people of Nigeria. Kenna from Ikorodu. For now, at Maryland, we have seen it that this government knows what is going on and they know what they're doing. How do you explain the fact that some senator in the US said the killing in Nigeria is against the Christians? All of a sudden, this government woke up, constitute 12-man committee to go to US. What of the killing over the years? Instead of stopping the killing, they're negotiating with killers and terrorists, paying them. How do we explain the fact that Nnamdi Kanu is still in DSS detention while killer terrorists are being released and restarted into the community? Are we not saying that is why the government of APC refused to free him? All allegations Nnamdi Kanu leveled against Buhari government all have played out today. God save Nigeria. For sure, arrest protest, I think it's a trap. They will tell the world that Kanu and his Igbo brothers want to overthrow Tinubu's government. Igbo name the sweet Nigeria. Do you see it from that lens, Madam Pinto? Because that's the fear.
Yes,
that's the fear.
Yes,
actually.
that was actually why I don't want us to give it that Igbo coloration. We can mobilize. Now, if you close the markets, it's an indication that you've made it an Igbo affair.
Okay,
so now various markets should
don't
mobilize.
Close your markets.
Don't close your markets.
Continue
Go
your job.
about your business, but
Okay.
mobilize people, sponsor them to go.
Okay.
Let us mobilize and go, but don't give it anything that will make it look like this is an Igbo affair.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. Thank you very much. This person says, I have a bottle of dry gin for both of you. Okay, bring the dry gin. Madam, do you drink dry gin?
No, I drink fruit wine. I don't even
wet
take
gin.
alcohol.
Which one is wet gin? Oh my God, Mr. Lawal. Okay. All right. This person says, please, regarding the tech program on radio on Saturday, I would like to make some inquiries. Can you please send me the details of the tech man? Good morning. Okay, is this for me? Okay, this was in the morning. All right, okay. Wow, your message is long. Hello, good evening. How are you? Hello.
Hello, good evening. Hello, good evening.
Good evening, sir. Welcome. What's your name?
My name is Joshua.
All right, Joshua. Calling from where, please?
I'm calling from Lagos, Lakwa, Lagos.
All right, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay. Yes, I've listened to your conversation so far, and and the way forward. I think currently in Nigeria, we are in the situation we are in this country is completely too bad. So, and I think the best thing for us to do in this country is for us to take back our country, just like what our dear brother used to say. Because this country belongs to all of us, does not belong to the political class.
Right.
It belongs to everybody. So, and if we don't rise to say enough is enough for what is not going right, I think this whole thing will continue going, because these people will continue to look at us, and they will, because of the fact that we are too cold and the youths of this country are not also doing enough. Now they feel that it is their right to trample on our own rights and get away with it, and nothing happens. Because of course people like the Senate president, we listen to their utterances. Most of the things they say while in the Senate, they feel no remorse about their statements. And most of them are the ones that incite Nigerians, but they don't know in their own way, because of course the political class, if you listen to them, of course you will not even hold back your temper, because of course you'll be forced to take laws into your hands. But of course, all we need to do at this period is for us to stand up as youths of this country. Gone are the days where you come to social media and start talking to each other. And take for instance now the protest that is going to take place about Nnamdi Kanu. Yes, it is the right thing for us to do. Because I believe that, I think the law is only meant for one section of this country, that is basically the Southeasterners. Because a lot of things that apply to other people are not also applied to the Easterners. Look at the country we call ourselves, the president granting amnesty to criminals. Now, but Nnamdi Kanu is there languishing in jail and nothing has happened. Nobody has come up to ask questions. Look at his health conditions.
A message to us.
So, of course, this is the time for the youth of this country to stand to their right and say enough is enough. If we all perish, we perish.
All right, thank you.
It is the time for us to take back our country because this.
Thank you for calling. Good evening. This marginalization is real and it's breaking me down. It pains me deeply to see how bad the oppression has become. Do you know that about 60% of Igbos and non-indigenous in Lagos don't have PVCs or were not even given theirs? My family friend who is Igbo and lives in Ketu wasn't given his PVC. Another friend of mine who fries akara at Ogija bus stop had her small space rent increased from 120,000 naira to 180,000 naira just because she's Igbo. They even told her that if she couldn't pay, she should leave. And to make matters worse, someone else was already waiting to take the space. Don P from Odogunyo. Mr. Lawal, you know you said this one time that they didn't give you your PVC or something.
You know what I went through? I had to go and take legal and some actions against them before they were able to release it. In fact, they told me to my face without even checking it at all that your PVC is not here. I said, you have not checked. Now I've been here. I've queued for like 2 hours. You are telling me my PVC is not there. They said it's not there. Now what am I with that? So I had to begin to take actions before they were able to release it to me. So what I'm trying to say that they look at people, that's why you see that they will collect in large quantity. One person will go there, collect for his people, bring it. That's how they select. Okay. So they will write their names down. Like maybe the watch chairman will let someone, and pick somebody that will go and do it. They will write the names of their members, APC members, and then they will now take that name to INEC office in the local government. They will now give them their PVC. So if you go, they see you as this one cannot be one of us because he came alone.
Oh, wow.
That's how they separate, the people who are their own from those who are not. That's why I say that you go to that, go to those local government where those INEC offices are, and then you see mounds of PVCs there.
Uncollected.
Yes. You go there, go all over. You see, you begin to wonder.
All right, good evening, Esther. Another terrorist group again. Now, wow. Yeah, so another terrorist group. Oh, me too, I shock. Good evening, Esther, Madam Pinter, Mr. Akunda, you're doing a great job. Please allow Shore to carry out the protest. Our concern is that MNK is released Emeka from Okoko Michael. Under APC government, tribalism, division, looting, vote buying, and avarice, intimidation thrilled. Today, no institution is working again. Chairman from Agbara. Esther, good evening. I greet your guests in the house. Madam Esther, why are bothered our Igbo governors? Can't we as Igbos use what we have all over to declare our pain? All right. Okay. This is from Tony. Good evening, Esther. Good evening to you. Solomon Asika from Mushi. Good evening, Solomon. Good evening, Madam Pinto, Mr. Kondaya. What's been killing this country is the law of inheritance, which has been laid since the foundation of this nation called Nigeria, and it has been like that, and they won't allow it to change because of the gain they're getting from it. Only God alone can turn this country around. And as for sure in the protest, let him go ahead, but he should stop spitting some of the Igbo leaders in order to join him. What do you mean by spitting, please? Or splitting? Is that what you intended to write? All right. Good evening, Esther Shahid Barawa from Ota. Madam Pinto should stop lying on national radio. What does she and President stand to gain from propaganda? To set the record straight, it's an Igbo coup because of 6 out of 7 mastermind of the coup. All the casualties of the coup are soldiers and civilians from the north and western region with no single person from the east. And it's a lie that Awolowo fought Igbo during the civil war. Awolowo, the finance minister, like many other ministers in the Gowon government. It's also a lie that Awolowo introduced free education because of Igbos. Did you say he introduced free education because of Igbos?
That's not what I said. I said he gave them free education to pacify them. I mean, he's doing the one that they had free education now while we're busy fighting.
All right.
And Awolowo made so many policies, like the 2 naira, giving 2 naira and using hunger all is fair in war, using hunger as a weapon of war, or he didn't know that.
All right. Okay. Tomorrow we're going to discuss on revamping Nigeria's economy and what the best way is to do that. What are the sectors that the Nigerian government is not looking into that we need to look into? Most people say the best of it is the small scale businesses. Maybe the policy around it is not liberating enough and it's discouraging others from getting into it. So how can the government and the private sector liberalize whatever surrounds having to set up small scale and private businesses? Because right now a lot of people are leaving schools and there are no jobs. A lot of persons are going into tech, and the tech they're going into is even cybercrime, not necessarily tech. That's what they're using most of these phones for. So it's a terrible thing to say our youth get involved in that, and there's no holistic utilization of our youth. We really need to look into that tomorrow. Yes,
just give me 1 minute.
It's your final we're wrapping up already, so what's your final take?
My wrapping.
Yes, we're wrapping up.
To talk. Anyway, what I just want to say is that's why I keep referring to that constitution before independence. That constitution, you see, that money from agriculture was used to do so many things. So now for you to present us with a constitution and then all these things, the whole thing is scattered now. Then that means that constitution is the main problem. We need to go back to that old one that bind us together, in which the regions were developed. Every other area where you see that time you
don't
think
regional development
to have a primary school before you get a good job. You get jobs, you do well, you have businesses all over.
Madam Pinto, please.
Okay, what we need for small scale industries to strive is power. Simple.
Just electricity.
Electricity, that's all. You can stay in your house. If they can restore power, that's all we need for industries, both small scale and large scale industries to strive.
What are the challenges that you've witnessed? I know that you have a couple of businesses and you employ quite a lot of persons. You really contributed to the economy. What are the other endemic challenges aside from power? I'm talking about space. I'm talking about access.
It's just power and maybe road. Road is managed. You can manage road, but I think majorly is power.
And eradication of extortions. That is another
those ones can be managed.
Okay.
But you see, power.
You're saying they can be managed because you're already used to it.
Yes, yeah. It can be managed, but power. Now, do you know to run on a generator with the high cost of fuel? It's not possible. It can be done. And then finally, like you said, this is our final. Please, I am begging Nigerians to come out en masse to support this protest. A protest for Nnamdi Kanu is for us to get freedom to all this judicial mess that we really need to stand our ground. Even if we protest this time around and they did not budge, maybe we do a bigger one. And again, I am pleading with the Igbos, we need to tread with caution this time around.
Be very careful.
Do not close your markets, but please mobilize. I know we are large in number. Let those that are not going contribute money and fund those that are going. The markets in Lagos should be able to mobilize at least over 1,000 people. I am 100% sure of that. The markets in Onitsha, the markets in Abuja, please, if anybody tells you to close down the market, do not. It could be a trap. Of course, after the protest, they will now come for you. They will now know that it is you that mobilized. Please, let us be very careful about it.
Pinto, for coming today, I sincerely do appreciate you. Mr. Lawal Kunda, I sincerely do appreciate you. Please, let's love ourselves, live in peace and harmony, help your neighbor. It's very, very important. Please do that. Help, I beg you. Don't mind all of this nonsense ongoing. You're your neighbor's keeper, you're your brother's keeper. We're brothers first. So don't let any of this political machinations, dilute the effect of brotherliness. My name is Esther Machiko. I'll be seeing you here tomorrow. Bye for now.